Thank you much. Thank you very much for having me. It's Tikkun Olam, and it definitely does guide the work that I do. So I'm going to switch gears here and share with people tuning in what it's like to be a community engagement professional on the ground during COVID. A lot of my events that I used to organize were in person in the city and now have had to go online. We've all had to pivot. We've all had to figure out how to get through this global pandemic as individuals and then as organizations. And so we had to pivot very quickly. I think overnight, a lot of people are saying we've had to become video content producers, graphic designers, how are we gonna get people to attend online events? And that's for those who have the access to the internet. So that is quite a privilege to be able to access the internet. And so for those who have, I've been able to create events that have been, I think, quite interesting. I wear a number of hats. One of my hats is JQT Vancouver, the local Jewish queer trans group of Vancouver. And what we've done to connect individuals, especially intergenerational people, is having an oral history project where we interview aging priders in the LGBTQ Jewish community. And so we have younger JQTs interviewing older LGBTQ Jews. We went forward and created a Jewish Queer Trans Heritage Month. And normally LGBTQ Jews are underrepresented in mainstream Jewish community, especially when it comes to celebrations. So we made sure that we were showcasing poetry, music, drag, and hip hop from Jewish queer and trans artists. But what I wanted to say before I go into the other hats that I wear is that I really hope that it's clear now that community grassroots initiatives which focus on bringing people together in community are essential to our sanity. And if it wasn't known before COVID, I hope it is now. Another hat that I wear is my role at Indian Summer Festival. And that really is the bread and butter that I'm able to put a roof over my head and put food on the table with. Everything else that I do, including the cross-cultural walking tours, which brings together various different tour guides to talk about Vancouver's oldest neighborhood, Strathcona. So we're bringing together the Jewish community, the Black community for Hogan's Alley, Chinatown, Powell Street area, and the downtown East Side. We had to reimagine what our event would look like for the month of May, so we went online. And that really helped. We went from 17 partner organizations last year for our in-person walking tours to 30 participating partner organizations this year. So there definitely is not only a desire to bring individuals together, but also organizations and communities. But we're also seeing the rise in racism, and there are a lot of crises happening. I'm visibly Asian, and there are many attacks that are happening in oh, thank you, Seth. Got 2 minutes left. And so I've been involved in the Vancouver Asian Film Festival's Eliminate Hate campaign in partnership with Project 1907 in order to produce a safe reporting environment for Asian Canadians to, share their experiences of what's happening, because there's some pretty disturbing statistics that are coming out of that. And yes, 90% of the work that I do is volunteer. Many of the organizations that are the groups, rather, because they're not really organizations that I bring together, don't fit the mold for budgets, for government funding, for mainstream granting institutions. And so that I've been not only invited to speak today to talk about the volunteer work that I do for communities outside of the communities themselves, but also to go on to CBC Radio, which was my first national or at least regional radio bit ever, to really draw attention to the fact that we need more funding opportunities to support community engagement professionals like myself that are not backed by one particular organization, so that our less conventional community initiatives in the arts and cultural sector are helping people connect, are able to do so. And, it's no secret, Vancouver is a socially cold place. So my encouragement to everyone is to create the spaces that you want to be a part of. And, back after that, I created a group just the other day, 4 months ago, with Japanese people from all around the world, people who look like me, who are part of families like me. And, you can do it too. Thank you for tuning in.